Do what you love with who you love for those you love.
Welcome back. In our previous videos, we shared some tips and tools for developing technically sound ground strokes. Now that the technique has been covered, it's time to build some consistency, rhythm, feel, and timing. This is our cooperative live ball routine designed to develop the skill sets necessary to compete at the highest level.
Okay, so this is Coach Mike, this is Arian, and this next round of drills is a cooperative routine that helps kids build consistency, timing, feel. It's not competitive, it's in a controlled environment, but it helps build a lot of the higher level skills that we'd like to see in the later part of the game. So Coach Mike's just going to start by hitting down the middle with Coach Arian, and we'll switch it up. So. And we'll probably do each one of these for about 10 to 15 seconds. We want nice movement. We typically use one ball. We don't want them missing every 5 seconds. So we're going to use one ball, which means we're going to sprint, grab the ball, and drop back. And we'll change to cross-court forehand. So cross-court forehands. And the last video we just got done completing was in reference to stances and shot selection, and a lot of that is still relevant in this video. We're looking for our players' understanding of where to stand and what to do. Arian, go ahead and change direction down the line. So Arian will change down the line. Arian changes down the line, and we'll hold. So forehand into Mike's backhand. Again, change down the line. And control down the line. Sit here for just a couple minutes. Your forehand into Mike's backhand into your forehand. Okay. Okay, then we'll change backhand to backhand. And Arian will change down the line into Mike's forehand. Okay, we'll go back into a cross-court forehand angle. And let's make the angle more extreme. So come a little closer to the net and really roll on the outside of the ball. Arian, try to get back into the court. Okay, Arian will change down the line. We'll go to the backhand roll. Same thing. So every time he changes, we're going to hold line for a period. You're going to have one phase where you step around it and hit inside-out forehands. Does that make sense? Okay, control down the middle to begin with. And we really want to make it through this whole warm-up without making an error. So we're going to start again. We're going to get through this whole thing without making an error. Okay, we're moving into cross-court forehands. Arian, try not to give up so much ground. So you are going cross-court, but don't move too far back. Good. Perfect, there you go. Okay, Arian will change down the line. And each one of these exercises, we're speeding through it a little today, but will probably take about 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, Gaston will go cross, Arian make it a forehand, so inside out. Okay, that's you. I got you. Try to keep the ball going. And again, don't give up so much ground on that service side. Okay, going inside in this time. And the reason we're doing all of these is it's important for the kids to figure out the spacing for each ball, and they're coming at different angles, so it's just warming up the body and the mind. Okay, Arian, backhands down the line. Okay, and backhands cross. And then after you've gone through about 5 backhands cross, we'll go into the angles, so roll some angles. Again, Arian, don't give up as much ground. Okay, rolling some angles, roll. Shorter, more angle and more feel. Okay, and last one, go ahead and reverse the angle. So Arian coming across to the forehand side. Come inside of the service line a little bit and roll the angle. There you go. Come inside of the service line a little, young man. Come inside. Arian, come inside. There you go. With less pace, roll, feel. Through. How extreme can you make it? Okay, a little wider, Tanika, and lighter on your feet. Change, cross-court forehand. And Tanika, you need to make your forehand more dynamic, right? I'm moving through the shot. Cross-court forehands. Okay, Tanika's gonna change down the line. Tanika's changing. Tanika, you're changing down the line. Okay, Neri, in a second when I call it, you're gonna change cross-court. Tanika, make it a forehand. Okay, forehand inside out from now on. And try to recover back to the middle as well. So work on your movement to the forehand as well as your forehand. Through the ball. Good. Through. Okay. Couple backhands cross court. Need to sit a little lower, be a little wider in general, and relax. I know it's on camera and it might be a little tight, but you're doing great. Okay, get that ball cross court. Okay, change down the line. Last one. Okay, that's good. So the next drill is super simple. We've warmed up short court, we've warmed up mid court. It's cold outside, it's winter, so it's important for us to warm up our bodies. I'm going to give a target to each one of the players. They're going to set a high percentage target with margin, and we're going to start our warm-up process. So Gaston will jog on the other side. You're going to be here, Manassi. Set it about 3 feet from the line, a little further forward. And we're just starting nice and controlled down the middle to the target. Through, good. Through, good. There you go. Manassi, relax those hands a little bit on the backhand side. Okay, time. So go ahead and switch your targets, cross court. So same as the last one, we're going to go cross court, a little bit more margin, sweetheart, bring it across a little more, nice and controlled. And we have targets, and it's often that we're aiming for the targets, but I want you to hit the target, right? We don't want to get close, we want you to hit the target. Through, good. Manassi, try not to give up so much ground on the baseline. And again, earlier we went through the technical systems. We're still looking for it. What decisions do they make in the corner, stance-wise, shot selection-wise, finish-wise. Okay, time. So Gaston, if you'll go ahead and slide that over to that corner. So the next one is forehand to backhand. So down the line, long line. Gaston, your backhand to Manassi's forehand. So we went through a lot of technical stuff earlier. And it's really less technical in this drill. We're asking them to hit a certain part of the court, a certain amount of times, and we're really keeping an eye on the technique but not obsessing over it. Okay, last one. And for those deep ones in the corner, I need you to stay down, rotate through it, open to open a little more. Does that make sense? So we'll switch. So we did forehands, right? Backhand to backhand. Bring yours across. Ready? Here we go. Again, got to get your legs set and rotate through that ball. And this is where you start to get to know your players in a live ball setting. I know personally from working with Manassi that we're still trying to work on some fluidity on the backhand side. When the ball gets above the shoulders, she's a little weaker. So it's just a great way to understand what your player's strengths and weaknesses are, and then draw a path to move forward. Makes sense. Okay, that's good. So you guys are good. So we've gotten through the warm-up. It was nice and controlled, nothing outlandish, just trying to hit different parts of the court, changing directions, trying to understand the ball coming from different angles. And now we're going to try and move to some more specific stuff, which we know that this young man needs to work on. So we've had focuses above the shoulder on the backhand, and we've developed a way as a team to kind of move off of the baseline efficiently, into the baseline efficiently, and then flow between the two. What we often see in high-level tennis players is an ability to move side to side with some deficiencies moving up and back. So this drill is just designed to help them become more proficient, moving back and moving forward. So you ready to go? Here you go. So we're starting with blue to green. Arian has to get 1 foot back into the blue and then strike in the green. And there's plenty of ways you can do this drill. You can work on his target when he's in the green. We're looking at the height of the ball, his selection of stances. What we often see in a young player is a weakness high above the shoulder on the backhand side. And it's physically much more demanding for them to continue to move and then sprint back to the middle rather than just hit up and back in the center. Okay, Mike, when you want to change it, it's up to you. Okay, green to blue. Aaron, you'll have to move that cone. So again, Arian's inside of the baseline. He's gonna look to hit a little more offensive, a little more direct. And we're looking at how comfortable he is taking large amounts of time, and a lot of kids are sitting on that baseline waiting for the ball to come to them. And what we understand at this point in developing high-level tennis players is it's about how much time you can take away and how much space you can create. So all the stroke works that we've done ultimately are not going to amount to much if we don't teach them how to create space and leave them capable of taking time. So, and Aaron, you can move that now. So this next one, as we've kind of developed tennis players, we develop them and they seem to have a high center of gravity, and we have to develop the ability for them to absorb pace and handle balls that are coming low and hard beneath the knees. So this drill was kind of put in place just to ensure that they are working on that spot, which is extremely difficult for a young tennis player. But as the game gets faster and they get older, they're going to need this skill set much more. Okay, give us a couple backhands, last couple on the backhand side. And you get to know your player, you get to see where he's strong. He's obviously a little more hesitant and slightly weaker on the front foot on the backhand. Seems to pop up a little, so that's something that we can take back to the practice courts and ensure that we plug into his plan. Okay. And Mike, you can mesh them all together. You want to put them all together. And you could do it in any way, shape, or form. Like you could put them all together, but put it in a pattern he could use in a match. So like or you could just do it as a controlled drill. It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so last one, flowing between the two, right? Blue to green. And initially we'll say blue to green, and then eventually, let's not say blue to green, let's say blue and green. You make the decision, okay? Go ahead. Blue to green. So now we're asking him to move up and back, which again is a pretty difficult skill set for a young player, but is very important in today's game. One of the things we've been working on with Arian right now is deep backhands. And then his ability to understand when he should step back and when he should step forward. So sometimes he's stepping forward out of good intent, but the purpose of stepping forward is to get on top of the point. Keep that ball a little further out in front, And one of the areas that we've been noticing with Manassi is her discomfort above the shoulder on the forehand. But again, this drill gives us an opportunity to work on it, and then an opportunity to see what some of the things are that we have to work on in it. Okay, so changing to overheads, out of the air. Okay, and then alternating between overhead and swinging volley. Okay, and last one, so high continentals on both sides. So high continental volleys on both sides. Okay, I need you to float it a little more, and Manasseh, you need to look to step back. Same as the overhead, honestly. Yeah, she just has to take it continental. Through. And we want to get our feet set and move through it, kind of like that load explode. So you're going to have to get behind the ball and then push through. There you go. And through, a little shorter than that, around the service line. Same height though. Yeah, you don't have to stand so far back, sweetheart. Stay in. Good. Try and be a little more offensive with the footwork. So. There you go. Okay. Last two. I need a good one, 5 in a row, and we can move on. 1, good. 2, good. 3, good. Okay, time, good. All right. Okay, so now we're warming up volley to volley. Yes, yeah. Sure. That's fair, certainly, sure. Okay. And Manasseh or Manavi, when you're playing the volley, try to use your legs in the same way. So stay a little lower, more controlled, good. And try to use your backhand side as well, Manavi. There you go. This drill is just a little challenging for the feel, but some of our stronger players that don't necessarily absorb pace or relax well, this seems to be helpful for. Okay, all right, you're good. Good. Okay, next one. So this one's fun for the kids. They like to mix in to the bounce down, and we got Coach Gaston, who happens to be the bounce down champion. So let's go half court. It just requires them to read the ball coming in a different direction. There's many new things that we can throw at the kids. Seems to help us develop a more complete player. Okay, last one. Okay, that's good for that one. All right, Aaron, you're back at the baseline. Coach Mike's up at net. Okay, and this final one, we've got one player up at the net, one player back at the baseline. And this is where you're using your feet like you were inside of the blue. You're not standing up or moving back, just staying down. Good. Let's get some backhands as well. We understand what we're doing? Okay, here we go. You gotta get 2 to go over. Next up, you gotta come in quickly, again, quickly. Yeah, 2 to go over. 3, 2, 1, fall in. And if you're slow in, you won't be ready. Good. Good hustle though, good hustle. That's long. 3, 2, 1, ball in. That's good. Ready? So this is a pretty reactive drill. We're just getting the kids thinking, being a little creative, using their feel. There's a little impracticality to the drill, but sometimes, honestly, that's the best thing for the kid's mind. Is we do so many drills in a controlled environment that sometimes it can be hard for them to handle things that happen that they didn't think should happen. Essentially, that's a live ball routine, our live ball routine that we run through in practice that just allows us to develop the skills we'd like to see in the kids as they grow older. Obviously, there are some big kids here, but we love them and we feel like they do everything that they can for us. So I hope you found that helpful and let us know what you think.
Thank you guys for joining us today for our cooperative live ball routine. We hope you can implement these drills in your practice routines moving forward to enhance your game.